Whew. That was a doozy. Oh, look. Is that what I normally wear? I think so, yeah.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's do some research. Then should we try to talk to some people? We haven't done that in a while. Sniper headshot damage. Requires 25,000 platinum, and we have 27,000. Let's see what else we got. Tech damage requires EZO. Okay. 50% tech power damage. Yeah, that's all the stuff that we normally know about prototypes. That's the stuff we know about. Okay, fine. Weapon upgrade, let's do it then. Alright. I don't think we can talk to Morden because his loyalty mission's still coming up.
Still need to get to Tuchanka, Shepard. My student's being held by Bloodpack.
Right.
I'll talk to you later, Morden.
We'll be here if you need me.
That's known. Okay. Let's talk to Jacob.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. I could use some downtime. There's always something, right? The way some people talk, we may as well be dead already. Hard for the crew to relax on this kind of job.
Well, we can't let our guard down. Actually, how are you doing? Yeah, it's good.
You all right, Jacob? It's got to be rough finding out about your father on top of everything else.
I covered this. The stuff we're dealing with, way more important than any of my personal shit. Let it go, Shepard. I have.
I don't know that we know Jacob well enough that we would push him on this, so let's just say fair enough.
You got it, Jacob. You say you're focused, that's good enough for me.
I appreciate it. Once the real problems are out of the way, we can drown the little stuff in a bar somewhere. Bore a dancer with it.
Sure, they love that kind of thing.
Sometimes you just need someone to smile and nod while you talk. But that's a long way off. The numbers say we've got a lot of dying to do first. Always on the wrong side of the odds, huh, Shepard?
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's all guesswork until we're done. No point in worrying.
Never been one to worry. I'm just a realist. Anyway, I need to get back to work. Good talking to you.
Okay, well that was an acceptable conversation, I suppose. Talk to Joker, I guess? We haven't talked to him in a while. I miss the original Normandy, but man, if this isn't a crazy nice ship.
Commander,
I assume everything is going well up here?
good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I wish Joker had something more to say every now and then. Like when your other crew members have something to say, Joker should at least have like a sentence or something.
No messages for you, Commander.
Thanks. Let's go all the way down first. Not going to talk to Jack because there's no point. We could talk to Tally. We could talk to... We don't have to talk to Grunt. Talk to Tally. Talk to Zaid. Yeah, that's right. See how he's holding up after his mission didn't go quite as planned.
Back for another lesson.
Sure.
Hell of a mission down there on Zoria. Can't believe Vito got away. 20 years of tracking gone, just like that.
We'll get him.
But I gotta let that go. We have more important things to do.
Damn right.
I used to do a little scorched earth work here and there. Then the Batarians started muscling in. No one's as good with terror tactics as they are. I mean, the Krogans will come at you, break your face, kill your family. But the Batarians, they'll turn your planet into a glass parking lot without a second thought. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
That hits Shepard close to home because the Batarians were the ones that raided his planet, home planet of Mindwar.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Just seeing how you're doing.
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
That's right. The last time we talked to Tally, we had to shoot down the.
Did you hear that we are sharing our deck with a Krogan?
Well, ain't that peachy?
We had to shoot down the romance possibility with Tally, and so now she's kind of like, let's just keep it professional. Which is totally fine. Garrus should have something to say, though. Oh, and Thane. Right.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
How did you get the job? Yeah, that's most interesting.
What made you decide to become an assassin?
I was asked to become one. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who'd train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
Well, Blasto.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12.
Oh,
they were training me.
It's reasonable.
I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us, some of us, from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes? When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
That's dark.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
Hanar sound like wimps? It sounds like slavery. No, I can see the agreement here.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
Okay. Sumi, you okay?
There you are.
Oh, okay.
I really appreciate your help with the Hawk heist. I've been going through Keiichi's gray box. It's so nice to have him back. Even in that form, I miss him. You really dodged a bullet down there. It took us to stand up to Zaid, but I'm glad you did.
Oh, that's right. She was there. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Okay, so let's see. Garrus, Samara, maybe Samara has something to say. These
So the
guys.
collectors did take New Canton.
Yes, but my wife and daughter left in the nick of time. They're resting in San Francisco as we speak.
That's great news.
It is, but I knew a lot of good people in New Canton. Our mission has to succeed.
Thank God Shepard's in command.
Damn straight. Well, that's good news. Samara?
Shepard,
I thought we could chat a bit.
I would like that. You have been a good friend to me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad
That
we're
means
friends.
a lot to me.
If we both still live when this is done, you may call upon me for aid at any time.
That's very generous.
I will come for you, Shepard.
Okay. What was that about? Alright. Well, we're friends, so that's good. Hopefully Garrus is in between calibrations.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sidonis. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
Whoever else?
You actually think we'll find something worse than Collectors or Reapers?
I like to expect the worst. There's a small chance I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. Your people don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
Ilos? You were with us on Ilos.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about tracking Saren to Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some Geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
That's fair.
How do Turian crews get ready for high-risk missions?
With violence, usually. Turian ships have more operational discipline than your alliance, but fewer personal restrictions. Our commanders run us tight, and they know we need to blow off steam. Turian ships have training rooms for exercise, combat sims, even full-contact sparring. Whatever lets people work off stress.
You mean Turian ships have crewmen fighting each other before a mission?
It's supervised, of course. Nobody's going to risk an injury that interferes with the mission, and it's a good way to settle grudges amicably.
Amicably?
I remember right before one mission, we were about to hit a Batarian pirate squad. Very risky. This recon scout and I had been at each other's throats. Nerves, mostly. She suggested we settle it in the ring.
I assume you took her down gently?
Actually, she and I were the top-ranked hand-to-hand specialists on the ship. I had reach, but she had flexibility. It was brutal. After 9 rounds, the judge called it a draw. There were a lot of unhappy bettors in the training room. We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters. I had reach, but she had flexibility. More than one way to work off stress.
So I guess that must have happened before Garrus was with CSEC? That was the weirdest looking Shepard face I think I've ever seen. Jesus.
Do you ever regret leaving CSEC or the Turian military?
Not for a minute. When it comes down to it, Shepard, I don't think I'm a very good Turian. When a good Turian hears a bad order, he follows it. He might complain, but he knows his place. I just don't see the point in staying quiet and polite. Not when the galaxy is at stake.
Honestly, Garrus, what do you think our chances are?
Honestly? The Collectors killed you once, and all they did is piss you off. I can't imagine they'll stop you this time. But an unmapped area, advanced technology, and the Collectors. We're going to lose people. No way around that. Not a happy analysis, I know. Don't worry. I won't spread it around. And I'm with you regardless.
Good to hear.
Thanks for the talk, Garrus. I'll see you later.
Sure thing.
Okay. Lastly, Miranda, though I don't think she'll have anything to say.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
One criticism I have is with the female characters in Mass Effect 2. I think it's the case even in Mass Effect 1, although your choices are only Liara or Ashley. But once you say, no, I'm not romantically interested, you can't have another conversation with them, which is kind of shitty, because that makes it sound like you can't have a platonic conversation or relationship with somebody of the opposite sex, which of course you can. I mean, I guess There's plenty of conversations you have with people that aren't romantic in this game, even. So why can't you just continue to have conversations that are non-romantic with people who have expressed romance and you've told them no? You know, I don't know. We got anything? No. Well, it's been a while. Should we look at the codex, maybe? What's our journal say here? Reaper IFF. Ooh, there's fewer and fewer missions. There's Grunt, Morden, Jack. And then there's... oh. Find someone who might make use of a forged ID. Okay, we'll have to keep our ears open for that. Then there's Project Firewalker, Project Overlord, Omega. Ah, damn, the Citadel, we were just there. I don't think we'll be going back to Ilium. Well, we'll have to go back to the Citadel at some point. Service would pay good money for any of the cargo. Yeah, we're not going to that one. So we've got Overlord, packages for Ish, Firewalker, and maybe the forged ID if we can find it. Okay. We are getting there. Codex. Boy, oh boy. I imagine we have quite a bit because it's been a while since we've done this. Let's just start with primary. So that means Talk McTalk is going to talk. Oh, stop. Quit going down to... Look at this. Look at that. There. Okay. Just go one below it. There we go. No.
Freedom.
No.
Original.
Wait.
Humans detected Aiea as an Earth-type world.
Which one of
via
these is new?
telemetry in 2165. After probe surveys indicated life, lush vegetation, ample fresh water, and breathable air, the Alliance upgraded the planet to a garden world colonization priority. Commanded by Captain Ronald Taylor, the crew of Alliance survey vessel Hugo Gernsback made planetfall on the jungle world in 2173. Soon after, ship transmissions inexplicably stopped. While the precise fate of the Hugo Gernsback command and crew is unknown, they are presumed killed in action and their vessel destroyed.
Pretty sure it was that one because that, I think, is the last of these planets that we've done.
A typical original,
and we must have not done a codex since that mission. Aliens, Council Races, what's new? Ardat Yakshi, maybe? Justicars. Yeah, Ardat Yakshi is probably new. Justicars is new. Okay, let's do Justicars first. Despite the refinement and sophistication of Asari culture, criminality remains a fact of life. The Asari solution to the most vicious and destructive criminal element is the Justicar Order. Justicars are an Asari class of virtually untouchable extrajudicial executioners operating almost exclusively within Asari territory. In the last decade alone, Justicars have smashed dozens of criminal rings inside Asari territory, operated by Asari and non-Asari alike. Their methods range from subtle, where possible, to brutal where necessary. Trained for extreme strength, biotic capacity, resourcefulness, asceticism, and ruthlessness, the fanatical Justicars are romanticized and feared throughout Asari society. Although Justicars generally work alone, their effectiveness arises from the huge body of knowledge they can access. Any Asari who enters the ranks of Justicars has already spent centuries in a combination of criminal investigation, military intelligence, and combat experience. The collective body of Justicar knowledge exceeds even that of the Spectres. Justicars tend to be independent, requiring little help, but also scorning it since such advanced skill and experience usually travels with a powerful ego. The conflicts presented by such arrogance prompted the Justicar Order to develop the Oaths of Subsumation. The Oaths pledge protection of the innocent, the punishment of the guilty, and defense of the common law and the norms of Asari society. The effect of the oath is conservative, ensuring that Justicars respect the existing distribution of Asari power rather than staging a coup to rearrange society according to Justicar satisfaction. Nevertheless, the possibility of such an attack is a source of anxiety and counterintelligence among the Asari elite. Of all the pledges, the third oath of subsumation is sworn the least of any of the oaths. Requiring a Justicar to swear loyalty that overrides the dictates of even the Justicar Code, the third oath is usually invoked in matters where even the black or white thinking of Justicars is forced to concede the existence of gray. Wow. Samara swore to us the rarest oath that a Justicar can swear. I think we read this one already. Yes, pretty sure we did. Okay. Non-council races. Drell culture. 8 centuries ago, the already arid Drell homeworld, Rakana, began its swift descent into lifelessness due to disastrous industrial expansion. Because their population was bursting at 11 billion and they did not possess interstellar flight capacity, the Drell would have been doomed without the intervention of the Hanar. Following first contact, the Hanar spent 10 years transporting 375,000 willing Drell to their own homeworld Kaje. The remaining billions perished in the dying world, warring against each other for diminishing sources of water and food. Today, only a few thousand survive on Rakana in clusters never exceeding a few hundred. Now a cemetery world, Rakana's population can double during pilgrimage season. Drell have been part of the galactic community for almost 2 centuries. Most reside on Kaje, content to coexist with the Hanar. Those who leave Kaje tend to be adventurers. Gifted by the Hanar with acute perception of interspecies body language, solitary Drell travelers often seek out new species elsewhere, adopting that species' culture and rarely returning to Kaje. Such Drell number in the thousands and are scattered across the galaxy, tending toward quiet, integrated lives. On Kaje, the Hanar afforded the Drell every opportunity to thrive. While outsiders and even some Hanar regard the Drell as junior partners, if not actual servants, Drell have integrated themselves into every level of Hanar society as respected, productive citizens. And that's it for aliens non-council races. Ships and vehicles. Gunship we've already seen. Helios thruster module. Intended for next-generation fighter craft, the Heed Industries Helios thruster module propulsion system far outpaces the typical liquid hydrogen-liquid oxygen reactions that power a frigate's maneuvering thrusters. By using metastable metallic hydrogen, the Helios boasts a fuel that burns at a far greater efficiency than liquid H2O2. Navigators can execute the numerous small course corrections inherent to any long-distance travel without fear of exhausting the ship's fuel supplies. This net gain extends to forward impulse as well. A ship powered by antiprotons can coast temporarily using the Helios to reach an inferior, but highly sustainable speed. Such efficiency lowers antiproton consumption, a constant concern for any warship. When a Helios-propelled ship must refuel, however, it typically relies on a large carrier or nearby planetary factory to synthesize the metallic hydrogen. This process uses extremely dense mass effect fields to create the metal under pressures of over 1 million Earth atmospheres, an activity most safely done while planetside. While that process may seem like a drawback compared to skimmer ships that can gather hydrogen and oxygen from anywhere in the universe, the combat superiority of the Helios maneuvering capabilities is often a worthwhile trade-off. The same efficiency that allows for microburn course correction can power rapid bursts of motion. Once a pilot becomes used to the ship's new energetic responses, she can easily put the ship wherever and at whatever angle she desires. Okay. Starships. Quarian live ships. There are few wide-open spaces in Quarian spacecrafts. Live ships are the exception. Each ship is a massive hydroponics facility, growing thousands of tons of genetically modified staple crops under artificial light and in highly enriched soil. The surface of a live ship is studded with docking bays, so as many shuttles as possible can distribute the foods throughout the flotilla on a daily basis. When received, the crops are sterilized with radiation, ground up into nutritious pastes, and pumped into Quarian suits through feeding tubes. In return, waste products that could be used as fertilizer or compost are returned to the live ships through an efficient, if odorous, recycling program. God, that sounds terrible. Eating flavorless paste and pooping in your suit all the time. Live ships do not hold animals. The Quarians consume a vegan diet, driven not by ethics but by practicality. Captive animals require living space and consume large amounts of water and plant matter. The Quarians cannot afford such an inefficient resource-to-calorie ratio. Excuse me. To say nothing of a live animal's disease or allergen potential. As a result, when the flotilla arrives in a star system where life is based on the same dextro amino acids that the Quarians consume, pastes based on animal proteins fetch highly inflated prices, and the vendors are typically mobbed by Quarians wanting a new taste sensation. The sickness that often follows these binges is treated much the same way as hangovers are in human culture. Painful, but part of the overall experience of excess. Meat hangover, huh? Special vehicles, the Hammerhead. The M44 Hammerhead infantry fighting vehicle is a highly maneuverable, Mass Effect-assisted armored vehicle. Using 3 solid fuel rocket thrusters instead of wheels, the Hammerhead hovers over the battlefield at up to 120 kilometers per hour, allowing it to maintain formation with swift armored units, skim across calm water, and even leap terrain obstacles. Backup boosters guarantee locomotion, so even destruction of 2 main thrusters leaves the vehicle capable of full mobility. That's cool. I was going to say, once the thrusters go out, your wheels are better, right? You can still roll something with wheels. If one of your thrusters goes out, you're just stuck. The Hammerhead retains most features of interplanetary fighting vehicles: an airtight interior, 360-degree kinetic barriers, and a guided missile system ensuring accuracy during even aggressive maneuvering. Its electronic countermeasures extend to laser detection, chaff, active thermal masking, and ground-penetrating weapons-sniffing radar. Ugh. Weapons underground? The Hammerhead's navigation control emulates that of tanks, so tank drivers can operate Hammerheads without additional training. That explains why Shepard's able to do it so intuitively. Factory-issued Hammerheads therefore have no altimeter or similar sensors and are best used at the standard cruising altitude, 2 meters off the ground. Yeah, except when I am shot out of the Normandy when I'm trying to land on a planet. That hasn't happened yet, though, has it? I guess not. Master Thief, Kasumi's Secrets. Gray boxes. A mnemonic neural recall simulator, also known as a gray box, is a device implanted in the brain. Yeah, see, it's implanted in the brain. How the hell did he get that giant thing in his brain? To assist and prioritize memory. Originally developed to slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease, gray boxes function by helping the amygdala chunk incoming stimuli into recognizable pieces for memory consolidation. Each memory is assigned a shape or sensation from other memories, tying the concepts together into a block that is more easily recalled. When Synthetic Insights first released them onto the market in 2140, gray boxes were hailed as a way humans could level the playing field between themselves and the Solarians, whose natural eidetic memories gave them an advantage. However, because the implant procedure of a gray box requires the brain to irreversibly shift its workload over to the machine, software bugs or attempted removal of the gray box for maintenance purposes could lead to incapacitating brain damage. For this reason, gray boxes soon became used only by those with a dire need for photographic memories, such as researchers and spies. In 2175, sale and implantation of gray boxes were outlawed by the Systems Alliance following an incident with Abraham Rumoy, an employee of the Alliance Intelligence Agency. Rumoy was believed to be a professional conman and thief named Keiji Okuda, who accessed and sold classified data. However, prosecuting attorneys were unable to use his assisted memories as evidence due to the Alliance court system's prohibitions against self-incrimination, based on the Fifth Amendment of the old U.S. Constitution. Woo, USA! Rumoy soon disappeared off the map following his trial, further heightening suspicions that he was Okuda and living off of ill-gotten gains. When found outside a human head, gray boxes are usually accessed with a specialized reader. A separate decryption key is almost always required, as users with data sensitive enough to require a gray box invariably install their own encryption. So Keiji was a spy who got Alliance intel?